Hello all. Welcome to Value Plus the Family Office, Knowledge Plus for Wealth Plus presentation from our research desk. This week our hot topic is income from salary. But before that, let us see what happened in the financial markets last week. Last week the major news was India's trade deficit was at $10.14 billion in December 2013 vis-a-vis $9.2 in November 2013. The impact will be rupee will appreciate because stable trade deficit data is there, and fear of rating downgrade may reduce. Next news was HSBC Services PMI number fell to 46.7 in December from 47.2 in November. Being a leading indicator, it indicates that GDP growth may go down further and more reform actions is expected from the government. Sensex was down by 92.84 points, that is a negative of 0.45%, and close to 20,758.49 at the end of the week. FIIs remain net sellers in the equity with net outflow of Rs 463 crores and net buyers in the debt segment with a net inflow of Rs 1799 crores. This chart shows the price performance of different asset classes. The gold was the highest gainer with a gain of 0.67%, whereas WTI crude was down by 1.32%. The choppy movement was seen in the international markets. Next week, the financial markets will be eyeing on Consumer Price Index data for the month of December, which is set to be released on 13th January 2014, and Wholesale Price Index data for the month of December, which is set to be released on 15th January 2014. We now come to our hot topic, that is income from salary. Let us look at the introduction. Salary under the Act is defined under Section 17(1), which includes following: wages, any annuity or pension, any fees, commission, perquisites or profits in lieu of salary, any gratuity, leave encashment and provident fund, contribution made by the central government to the account of an employee under the pension scheme under Section 80 CCD. Now, basis of charge. Salary income is chargeable to tax on due or receipt basis, whichever is earlier. For example, in the following cases, you will be charged tax for the previous year 2012 and 13, that is annual salary due and receivable in previous year 2012-13, and also for the advance salary received during previous year 2012-13 for previous year 2013 and 14. Areas of salary pertaining to previous year 2011-12 received in previous year 2012-13. In this case, the tax has been already charged in previous year 2011-12. It indicates that some additional benefits in way of cash or kind given to the employee over and above the basic salary, and this is our perquisites. There are certain perquisites that are totally tax-free. That is the one, loan given to employees up to Rs 20,000 or loan given for medical treatment of specified diseases. Also, allotment of shares or debentures of employer company under ESOP under certain conditions. In other cases, the benefits arising on ESOPs are taxed as perquisites. The gains arising on the sale of ESOPs are liable for capital gains tax. Allowances. There are three types of allowances. The first is taxable allowance, DNS allowance, medical allowance, family allowance, city compensatory allowance, etc. Second is allowance exempt up to specified limit, which includes house rent allowance, entertainment allowance, certain special allowance, etc. And third is fully exempt allowances like foreign allowance, allowances from UNO. So we can conclude that it is important to understand the rules under the head income from salary, which is often neglected as an elementary tax planning, and the SSC ends up paying more tax. Thank you. Please share your valuable feedback on our email ID info@valueplusinv.com. Thank you once again.